What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Manny MUA because it seems that he is being called out for being a second cover girl boy brand ambassador, which is so crazy to me, y'all, because we were in 2024. And if you guys don't remember, I want to say it was in like 2015, 2016, something like that, that James Charles was announced as the first boy cover girl. So now Manny MUA is I said that weird, Manny MUA is the second CoverGirl boy brand ambassador for Pride Month. And I just think that this is so bizarre to me because I'm like, you would think sometimes that we get set back in history. And I'm just kind of like, y'all, I get so frustrated with this topic about boys and makeup. Obviously, you guys know this is near and dear to my heart because, y'all, first of all, I started doing makeup when I was 17 years old, and I got onto social media doing makeup when I was about 24, I want to say, maybe 25. And I just feel like back then, I am keeping it so real with you guys, I got bashed like no other. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just a guy that, like, wants to wear makeup. It's really not that deep. And I just feel like, especially living in America, it's like, damn, people could be so crazy. You know what I mean? Well, being that Manny MUA was announced as a boy brand ambassador for CoverGirl, it made it to Libs of TikTok, which is an account on Twitter where basically what they do is they kind of like take TikToks from TikTok, obviously, and then post it onto their Twitter account. And by the way, I think they have like millions of followers. And basically what they do is just kind of like ridicule the person. There are some things that I could understand where they're coming from, and there's some things that I could understand where, like, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and I actually agree with them. If you guys have seen their account, some of their stuff is logical. Things like this, I'm just like, okay, this is where you like completely lose me. I feel like you're so far out of touch with reality, especially living here in America. And we're going to be going over some of the hateful comments that like Manny MUA is getting right now. And y'all, I get so frustrated with this because when I worked at Mac before, y'all, the amount of times that people would say, I don't want a man doing my makeup. And I'm like, a man created this brand. Like literally it was two boyfriends that created Mac, and I would school them on that. I'm like, oh, you don't want a man doing your makeup, then why are you here? Like, this is created by a man. So it just doesn't really make any sense. And honestly, y'all, to keep it real with you guys, a lot of brands are created by men. So it just never really I never really understood it. Do you know what I mean? Of why people would be so hateful towards like men in makeup when I'm like, this brand that you're repping, this brand that you like so much is created by a man. So why are you talking trash about a man with makeup? Do you know what I mean? Also, I just want to say, like, let's keep it real. Down the years of history, if you guys really do a deep dive of this, men have been wearing makeup for so damn long, especially like in the like, courtroom settings. Like, do you guys remember back in the day, they would wear wigs and blush and like white face powder. And it's just like, come on now. Like, men have been in makeup for so damn long, especially in television too. It's just been a thing. And I can't believe that here in 2024, specifically in America, I want to like emphasize on America because obviously I understand other parts of the world are not as accepting as America, but I just feel like it's so crazy that here in 2024 in America, people are still bitching about guys wearing makeup. I just don't get it. And they want to cancel brands for supporting guys in makeup. And it's like, y'all, let's go ahead and keep it real here. Why don't we like cancel all the brands then that were created by men? That's so stupid. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So we're going to be talking about that within today's video. I do want to give you guys a brief little update on something that I'm going to be trying, okay? Keyword trying. I know that you guys ask for more makeup content, right? But I'm going to be real with you guys. I've always said on here, I don't like doing my makeup content because first of all, it does take a little bit more work, just keeping it real. Obviously, when I do commentary videos, I'm just sitting here and, shooting the shit, just chatting it up. Obviously, me, doing makeup is obviously taking some form of effort. And then on top of that too, purchasing the product and whatnot. So what I want to start doing is doing like 2 makeup videos per week, but on TikTok. And the reason for that being is I feel like obviously with short form content, it's just going to be easier on there. I tried before to like film like makeup content long form and then post it on there, and it just doesn't get any views. People obviously like their short form content on there. I know quite a few of you guys have said that you don't like TikTok and you don't want to get on TikTok, and I totally do understand that. I just feel like that platform is way more easy to grow on there, and I really do want to get back. I've been saying this whole year. I want to get back into my makeup content. The thing is, I'm just so discouraged specifically here on YouTube, so that means that I really need to like get out of my comfort zone. I need to get out of my box and go onto TikTok, and I feel like that's just going to be more beneficial for me. I still do plan on doing get ready with me's on here, but say for example, any like product reviews are specifically going to be on TikTok. I feel like it's just going to be way more easy to do. I've tried before I've seen people do like long form, but then also short form. I've tried to do that and it just does not work out, y'all. It's like super choppy. I can't line up the wording. Do you know what I mean? Like everything is just all out of order when you do like a 10 to 15 minute review here on YouTube and then try to like trim it down to 1 minute on TikTok. I'm like, no, like that's like way too hard. So basically what I'm going to be doing is all reviews are going to be there on TikTok. So I'll go ahead and leave my TikTok handle link down below. If you guys are interested in makeup content, I'm going to start off like little, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to only do like 2 TikToks per week because I don't want to overwhelm myself and say like I'm going to do 5, but I do know obviously for the algorithm, they really do prefer you to upload like at least 5 times a week, but I just don't have it in me right now, especially with all my other channels, you know what I mean? So make sure you guys go subscribe over there. Let's go ahead and get into this Manny MUA situation. Before I play the TikTok by Manny MUA and him announcing that he is going to be a cover girl, I do want to go ahead and just make a note of this. This article was posted in October of 2016. It says, meet the first male cover girl, James Charles. That was 8 years ago. So I'm just kind of like, it's such a trip to me to think that we're just like going so far back in time here to where it's like, oh my gosh, we're still having this battle of like men in makeup in America. Like, honestly, sometimes I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Sometimes I think that I do get a little bit, what's the word? Like, I guess me living here in California, sometimes I don't really realize that in a lot of places in America, things are not accepted because to be so for real with you guys, I feel like me living here in born and raised in Los Angeles County, I never really, you know, experienced any type of like discrimination or anything like that. I feel like we are so diverse over here as far as races, as far as genders, as far as like sexual orientations. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like so many things have been so accepted here for such a long period of time that sometimes I do forget, and I guess maybe I do take it for granted, that a lot of places in America are really a little bit behind here, you know, because I honestly, in my head, like when I first decided to start wearing makeup, I'm kind of like, oh, it's not even that big of a deal. I only ever got hate online. I never got hate in person. Do you know what I mean? Like when I used to work at Mac, I want to say I started at Mac when I was 21 years old. And y'all, we would have theme days and I would do my makeup like super crazy over the top. No one like really even messed with me. No one, I mean, there were some times where my makeup was super crazy and of course people were going to stare, especially being that I'm so damn big too. So people are going to be like, oh my gosh, like what the hell is that? I get that, but I've never got like gay bashed. I never got hated on. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes I really do, you know, like I said, I guess take for granted or just don't realize that there are so many other places in America that people are just not as accepting as California, specifically Los Angeles County. You know what I mean? But anyways, I just did want to point that out, that 2016 was when James Charles became the first cover girl. So I'm like, here we are 8 years later having this issue. I do want to go ahead and play the TikTok right here from Manny MUA and him announcing that he is a cover girl. So go ahead and check it out.
I have no words. I cannot believe that I'm a cover girl. What? Not me fully giving CoverGirl pose down. Thank you so much to CoverGirl and Sally Hansen, and glad for having me be one of the faces of your guys' campaign for Pride. I am truly honored. The fact that you can see my face in some drugstores right now, on the gondola. Sally Hansen and CoverGirl have some Pride items. Look at some of these little nails right here. So cute. World famous mascara. Are you kidding me? A waterproof version as well. We have a bunch of Sally Hansen nail polishes. I feel like I should put some of these on my finger. I feel like I should. This truly is a highlight of my career. It really is. I just feel extremely empowered. And the fact that CoverGirl, Sally Hansen, Glad is all about inclusivity makes me love them even more than I already did. That outlasts all day though. Gorge. Should we add some nail polish to the Insta Dry Pride? This is in the shade We Stay Platonic. How cute. One thing about me, I don't know a ton about nail polish or nails, but we're gonna try. I don't have the best nails ever, but you guys can see the vibes, and they are absolutely sickening. The pink one especially, I'm obsessed. Shade Born to Slay. How cute aggression with how cute that name is. Please check out these goodies if you guys can. They support such an amazing cause with Glad. Lash Blast Volume, of course, waterproof or non-waterproof. The Sally Hansen Salon Effects, Perfect Manicure, the Pride Collection, as well as the nail colors with Sally Hansen, the Insta Dry Pride. Thank you so much again for this absolute honor. I feel so privileged and so blessed, and thank you so much to brands like CoverGirl and Sally Hansen and for Glad for making the world a more inclusive place for everyone, you know, and for making beauty so inclusive. So thank you guys so much. Easy, breezy, and beautiful.
So as y'all saw from right there, like, look, it's just a super cute thing. Obviously, they're doing it for Pride Month. I'm going to be real with you guys, okay? And I did mention before that I was going to make a video titled something along the lines of, like, I hate Pride makeup collaborations or Pride makeup collections, whatever. I was going to do that, but then I was just kind of like, let me just not do that because I feel like people are going to completely misunderstand me. And y'all, I'm coming from a standpoint of I personally feel like this is very performative, okay? I'm just keeping it real with you. I am super happy for Manny, and I think that that's really great that they're obviously putting another boy brand ambassador out there. I think that's great, but also at the same time too, I feel like it's just always during Pride Month that these brands want to fish for the gay dollar, and I just don't like that. I'm sorry, just keeping it real with you guys. I see all of these like gay collaboration, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's only for the Pride Month, and it's like, what about the rest of the year? What about all these other times? Do you know what I mean? So for me, this is just me and my perception. I view it as them fishing for the gay dollar, and I just don't like that. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. And even with this, you know, Manny MUA Covergirl collaboration, I'm just kind of like, okay, like, clearly this is for Pride Month, and to me it just comes across as very performative, and it's like, oh, it's gay month, so let's go ahead and be gay. It's like, no, how about we just be accepting, you know, 12 months out of the year? I would really appreciate that. Why don't we work with gay people 12 months out of the year? Like, you know what I mean? Why is it dedicated to just 1 month? And then on top of that, too, I really do feel like a lot of these brands see how much money they can get from the LGBT community, and I just don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I never have been. And I just really have never really spoke out about that because I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're like internalized homophobic, because people are so damn dumb. They don't get to like listen to your point. They just read a title of a video, or they just say like, oh, you're anti this or anti that. It's like, no, listen to where I'm coming from. Like, these companies, do you think they really give a shit? Like, no, they're just caring about making money. And it's like, oh yeah, all of a sudden they'll make like a 10% donation, but they're still racking in the millions. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm like, you making a small donation means nothing to me because you're still making so much money off of the gay community, in my opinion. But anyways, I do want to go ahead and read some of the comments because obviously this was one of the things that was promoted by CoverGirl. This was made into a commercial. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it on TikTok. If you guys aren't too familiar with TikTok, basically you can create a TikTok and a brand can turn it into an ad. Therefore, it'll be popping up as an ad. So this has like 20 something million views on it. So obviously it's getting a lot of traction, being that CoverGirl is paying to push it out, obviously for their promotion. It's getting a lot of people onto his page to where obviously they don't know him. Obviously they're going to be hateful. And these are like what the number one comments are saying on that post. Is the girl in the room with us? Where is the cover girl? I thought it was called Cover Girl. And then another one right here. Am I missing something? Where's the cover girl? And it's so crazy because out of all the comments, obviously Manny is seeing this because somebody commented, people hating, but he still got that bag though. And Manny liked that one himself. And then somebody else right here too. Okay, hi, but where's the cover girl? That seems to be the number one comment right there. It's so crazy to me. I think what it is because people have this, you know, like misperception, I guess I would say, of like, oh, it being called Cover Girl, that it needs to be for girls only, which I think is just so damn dumb. I feel like everyone, come on, let's keep it real now. Everyone be wearing makeup. Y'all, there's straight guys out there that be wearing makeup this day and age, so it's really not that big of a deal. Like, I just don't get it. Things like this frustrate the hell out of me because it's like, oh my, get over it. It's just makeup. Like, why are you worried about what somebody else is putting on their damn face? Like, it's so dumb to me. Anyways, this is what libs of TikTok on Twitter had to say. Makeup brand CoverGirl at CoverGirl and nail polish brand Sally Hansen partnered with a man for their Pride collection to promote inclusivity. They made Pride-themed merchandise, including trans nail polish, which I'm a little confused by that because, like, how's a nail polish going to be trans? I don't know. They sound stupid. They partnered with GLAAD for the collection, an organization which promotes S-changes surgery for minors. Stop giving your money to companies who hate your values. Boycott. I'm so sorry. Look, some of the things that they post, I'm kind of like, okay, because there are some problematic influencers out there who, you know, really do fish for attention. And some things that they'll point out, like, oh, this is getting out of hand. And I'm like, okay, yeah, low-key, this is getting out of hand. Things like this, though, you sound ignorant. Like, you sound dumb. Do you know what I mean? These are just some of the comments on there. What woman is going to goals makeup advice from a man? I mean, that's like asking a vegan to cook you a steak. Oh my gosh. The way that I want to go off on a rant and a tangent about this, and so many makeup brands, especially back in the day, yes, there are way more women-owned makeup brands, but if you guys do your research, there has been several brands that were created by men. Once again, MAC being one of the main ones created by Frank and Frank. It's like, y'all, and MAC came out how long ago? No one was ever even talking shit about MAC and being like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna take makeup advice from a man? And it's like, the brand was created by a man, so obviously they're going to know how to use the product because they created the damn product. Like, it's so crazy to me how we put this specific like gender to makeup when it's like, y'all, let's go ahead and take a look here. Some of the top some of the top artists in the entire world are male artists. Do you know what I mean? Like, this has been a thing for so damn long. I just don't get it. Another person right here. It's always great when companies who market to women choose to insult them using a man. This whole damn thing. I am so sorry, y'all. I have to keep it real with you guys. Things like this really frustrate me, and I just want to pop the fuck off, to be quite honest with you, because I just think people sound so ignorant. Like, at the end of the day, it's makeup. Do you know what I mean? I could understand if, like, I don't know, I can't even think of an example right now as to like to help them out in their point. Do you know what I mean? But I'm really trying to be like objective and think about like, oh, I could understand like where they're coming from if this, but it's just kind of like, no, it's makeup. Why do you care so much if a man is wearing makeup? Why do you care so much if a brand is partnering with a man? My own like little gripe with it is like, why only during Pride Month? Like, can't we like do this any other time? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it seems very performative in my opinion, and that's the only thing that negative that I have to say about it. But other than that, I just think it's so crazy that we are in 2024 and people are still bitching about men wearing makeup. That's just my little 2 cents on it. Anyways, Manny MUA as of right now hasn't responded to the situation. I probably don't think that he will, being that obviously he is a brand ambassador now for CoverGirl, and I do feel like things like this, obviously he signs contracts to where he probably can't like speak out about it. He can't say anything like negative because then it could, you know, paint the CoverGirl brand in a bad type of light. So I don't really expect him to speak out, but Lord knows he probably wants to, because this shit is ridiculous. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.